Have you ever just felt completely stuck? You know, one minute you feel like you're on top of the world, and the next you can barely find the energy to even get out of bed. If you've been feeling anxious, aimless, totally burnt out, you're really not alone. Today, we're going to break down that invisible force that's draining your motivation and figure out a real path to getting it back. Look, this is pretty personal for me. It's like a tale of 2 years. Last year, my life was just go, go, go. I was hitting the gym, kicking off new projects. I felt hopeful, full of energy. But this year, whoa, it's been a completely different story. Just this heavy blanket of depression, anxiety, and this feeling of being worthless. Procrastination just became the default setting. And this isn't just, a bad mood. It's a deep, profound shift. And what I discovered is that this fall from a personal peak, it isn't just my story. It turns out it's a super widespread problem, something we can call the dopamine crash. The feeling itself is just unmistakable. It's this hollow, empty feeling inside. You feel worthless, you're anxious about everything and nothing at the same time. Simple little tasks feel like climbing a mountain, and honestly, even the thought of getting out of bed can feel totally overwhelming. Your focus is shot, and procrastination takes over because, really, you start to think, what's the point? So what is this? What is this invisible force that seems to just pull the plug on our drive, our focus, and our hope? Well, to really understand the crash, we first have to understand the chemical that powers our ambition in the first place. To get to the bottom of this crash, we have to talk about dopamine. Now, I know you've heard the name, but there's a really good chance that what you've heard is wrong because it holds the real secret to our motivation. Okay, so scientifically, dopamine is a neurotransmitter. It's just a fancy way of saying it's a chemical messenger in your brain. But here's the key. Its main job isn't to make you feel good after you do something. Its job is to make you want to do it in the first place. It's the engine of action. It's the drive that makes us seek out rewards. And this right here corrects a huge misunderstanding. We always call dopamine the pleasure chemical, but that's not really right. It's the motivation chemical. It's not the feeling of satisfaction after a great meal. It's the feeling that gets you off the couch to go find that meal. Without dopamine, you wouldn't even start. And dopamine isn't just one single thing. Your brain releases it in two really important ways. First, you've got tonic dopamine. Think of this like a steady flowing river. It's your baseline level that keeps you feeling generally hopeful and motivated. Then you've got phasic dopamine. These are the geysers, the sudden intense bursts you get from a phone notification, a crazy video, or a sugary snack. So why does all this matter? Because our modern world, with its endless, nonstop stream of digital content, has built a perfect trap. A trap designed to exploit these exact systems in our brains. This trap is built on a really cool concept called prediction error. See, your brain is constantly predicting how rewarding something is going to be. And when the actual reward is better than predicted, you get a huge dopamine spike. Think about when you pull to refresh on your social media feed. That little moment is a gamble. When the new stuff is way more surprising or funny than you expected, that prediction error gives you a hit, and it trains you to pull again and again and again. Let's just visualize how this works. Step 1. Your brain expects a certain level of reward from, say, watching a short video. But then the algorithm serves you something that's unexpectedly hilarious. Reality blows past your expectation. You get that massive dopamine hit, and your brain, it takes note. All right, now we're at step 2. Your brain has adjusted. It sets a new, higher bar for what to expect. So now, just to feel the same sense of reward, you need something that is just as intense as that last thing. You're officially starting to chase the high. And this, of course, leads to the inevitable crash. Your brain's expectation just keeps climbing and climbing until it hits an impossible level. Eventually, reality just can't keep up. The next video is just fine. And when reality falls that far short of your sky-high expectation, your dopamine level doesn't just go back to normal, it plummets way below your baseline. And this isn't just a fleeting feeling. When you go through this cycle over and over again, two really devastating things happen. First, your baseline tonic dopamine, that steady river we talked about, it actually drops. It leaves you feeling less hopeful and motivated in general. And second, your dopamine receptors become less sensitive. It's kind of like eating tons of sugar every single day. Pretty soon, a normal apple doesn't even taste sweet anymore. So that is the crash. It's a state where normal life starts to feel dull and completely unrewarding. So how do we fix it?
A lot of people turn to these quick fixes, but is that really the right way to go?
You've probably heard about the dopamine detox, right? A 7-day break from all the high stimulation stuff. But really, can a short little vacation from modern life actually solve a problem that's so deeply wired into our habits and our brain chemistry?
The hard truth is, no. A temporary detox is just that, temporary. Fixing the dopamine crash isn't about taking a 1-week trip to some metaphorical monastery. It's about fundamentally changing the way you live your life, day in and day out.
So, if it's a lifestyle, what does that actually look like? I know, changing your life sounds huge, but we can break it down into practical, actionable steps. These are the tools you're going to need to rebuild your foundation. So here are the 4 pillars. 1, you gotta tame your phone. And this isn't just about willpower. A great tactic is the 2-phone system. Your main phone is for essentials only, no social media. Then you use an old, slow secondary phone for all those distracting apps. The friction of using it makes it way less appealing. 2, chase endorphins, not just dopamine. Hard physical exercise gives you a pleasure that is earned and sustainable, and it resets your brain's reward system. 3, eat clean. Sugar and processed junk food are pure dopamine traps. They just set you on that same cycle of crash and burn. And 4, master your sleep. This one is absolutely non-negotiable. Quality sleep is the foundation that all mental and physical recovery is built on.
This whole lifestyle change means being really mindful of the specific things that are overstimulating you. It means consciously deciding to reduce the high dopamine traps, the endless scrolling on social media, binge watching entire shows in one go, too much online gaming, pornography, and the constant eating of fast food. It's really about reclaiming your brain from all those easy artificial highs. Okay, so now we have the tools, we know what to do, but there's one final crucial piece of this puzzle, and without it, most people will fail. I mean, think about it. We have all the information we could ever need. We know exercise is good. We know junk food is bad. So with all these tools and all this knowledge, why do so many of us try and fail and then just fall right back into the same destructive patterns? The answer is devastatingly simple. No purpose. If you don't have a meaningful, noble goal that you're actively working towards, something bigger than yourself, then the discomfort of changing will always win. Without a powerful why, there's just no reason to push through the how. So this explainer isn't going to end with a simple summary. It's going to end with a question for you. A detox won't save you. And the tools, they'll only work if they're serving something greater. So what meaningful purpose will you run towards?